What is going on, guys? Dawko back again. I hope you are fantastic, and I am with the wonderful Razbowski.
Hey everyone, Razbowski here, and holy ass are we hyped today because the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 trailer is out. Scott has gone ahead and just given us so many surprises, and today we're going to be going through the trailer step by step, looking and analysing at the things you guys might have missed, and the beautiful Dawko is going to be starting it off for us.
Yep, so we're just going to do everything in slow motion, folks, just to tell you what's going on. First off, the first thing we see instantly is text. It says, "What is it that you think you see?"
Yes, it goes back to the nightmare kind of scenario here. Scott has hinted, or at least he's thrust it at our faces, the word nightmare for a long time now, and we've got the nightmare animatronics. And if you remember back to Five Nights at Freddy's 3, the hallucinations played a big part. So the nightmare animatronics we see in this teaser well, no, just full-on trailer.
Yes.
Are they actually there?
Yes.
Are they actually there, or is this where we appear, and judging by the point of view we're always looking up at something. It looks like we're some kind of child.
Yes,
here, so
child. Yeah.
that would go hand in hand with the sort of nightmare kind of thing. So are we seeing what we're actually seeing, which is really interesting? Okay. Next up is pretty simple. We've got a torch in our hand. This is going to be the mechanic for the game. We're going to be using a torch. Is it going to be similar to Five Nights at Freddy's 2 when we had the torch to deal with Foxy?
Yeah, also as well with the corridor as well, folks, if you actually have to look at the details on what's around, you can see that the place is pretty old styled, isn't it, Raz? We were talking about the ornaments and the style of the wallpaper and the lights and just the whole place. It just looks kind of old styled to us.
Old style, definitely, from the chest of drawers, the lampshade, the nipple lights on the ceiling. It seems to be 90s and before. That's the kind of styling. Obviously, we can't get an actual date from the trailer, but we can estimate that is. But, I mean, it could be set after the 90s, but they've just not decorated the house.
Yeah.
That's why we can't really say. We can't really say, and it kind of looks not run down, but it's not new, if you know what I mean. If you look at the top of the red wallpaper, it looks like there's like watermarks, a little bit of damp at the top of the room. Okay, next up, when the light flashes off and the light flashes back on. This is Scott teasing what's going to be coming next, and we've got the words coming up. What game do you think you are playing? This immediately screams at us, we are a child.
Yeah.
We're a child that's in over their head. This, obviously kids play games, but this seems aggressive, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's very aggressive to me. It's like, seems angry. If you think of it in an angry tone, it's like, what game do you think you are playing? It's like, seems like the child's done something wrong in a way to me.
Yeah, definitely. And notice how the text is all in red as well. That is, I don't know. It's like an angry color. Obviously, it's a color of passion as well. I don't know. If it was yellow, it's slightly more calming. Green again. Apart from purple, red's probably the worst color you could have in this trailer. Yeah.
So next off again, we go back to the same corridor again. Scott's trying to get ready for something to be revealed because he's done this for a very long time actually. And when the lights turn off and back on, and then eventually we see something in the midst of the darkness just further on in the corridor. And who do we see?
We see ourselves a Nightmare Bonnie. A wild Nightmare Bonnie has appeared right at the end of the hallway. Scott is teasing us. He's showing us how the gameplay is actually going to work in this. The defense or the primary thing has gone back to lights, which is really good. It's kind of gone back, and it's hearkening to Five Nights at Freddy's 1. That was our sort of defense. That's how we found out if they were at the door or not. Was via the light. And it's going to be the torch again. Because you're a child, you can't turn, you can't, maybe you can't reach up for the actual lights. So
Yes, we was talking about this earlier as well. When you're a child as well, your parents always say to keep the monsters away, always put the lights on just to check, and nothing's going to be there. It seems very similar to how this is. If we're a child, using the light to get rid of the nightmares. Simple as that.
Yeah, definitely. And seeing how it's not a static image like Five Nights at Freddy's 1,
Yes.
it's more like Five Nights at Freddy's 3, how you saw Springtrap running, but it's a lot smoother now.
Yes, smooth animations,
A lot
yes.
smoother. I hope this is how the actual game looks, but that's the first glimpse of an animatronic, and it looks frightening. Next up, when Bonnie disappears, is what have you brought home? Again, in that deep red color. What have you brought home? You've obviously been to one of these. Maybe you've been to one of the pizzerias. Maybe it's to do with the auction. We don't know yet. But you've brought something home.
Not good.
Not good. It's like you bought a cursed item.
Yes, a cursed
You've got a
item,
cursed item, something that's got history, and I can't wait to find out exactly what it is. I think it is Plushtrap, in my opinion. I think that's what you. It's not like you're going to be lugging one of these Nightmare Bonnies home.
Yeah, exactly. You can't steal an animatronic, but you can steal a small figurine.
Or win it or buy it or something.
Yeah, exactly. Moving on as well, we're going back to another room location. So as you can see, there's a door on the right, and then in the middle there's a cupboard or a closet, and then the left there's another door as well. And I think the corridor, what we saw on the left, is from the left door, and we'll see where Chica comes from and Foxy comes from later. But we want to get the details of the room, because there's lots of details to talk about.
Yes, definitely. I think, again, we've got a low center of gravity. Our point of view is showing we're a kid. And this is a kid's bedroom. This seems to be the main location in it seems to be where you're holed up, your office, effectively. And what's a kid's office? Their bedroom, where they play and hang about. You've got the purple fan, so it's nice to see that Scott's added the fan in. It doesn't seem to be moving, but again, it's probably just a toy. You've got the purple robot. We're not sure if that signifies anything. Maybe the purple man, maybe not. You've got the phone on the floor. Again, it's hinting at this is a child's office. They play about with phones. And just generally, you've got your 3 points of attention. Kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's 2, how you had the front door and you had the 2 vents at the side. This time you've got three effective doorways.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you haven't got a television, or you haven't got a Game Boy, or you haven't got
that's what I was saying.
There's zero technology in there. And obviously, depending on the child's age, etc. But kids nowadays have phones and tablets and anything. There's no sign of technology in this room, like what nowadays technology.
Then moving on, we go to close the doors, and who do we get a glimpse of?
We get a glimpse of Nightmare Chica again, which is just a tiny glimpse as well. It's fantastic. And the way to avoid Nightmare Chica is to shut the bedroom door on yourself.
It's also to do with the lights as well. Like I was speaking to you earlier, Raz, when when it looks like you flash the lights on the animatronics, the back away. So this is what Bonnie did as well. So again, it looks like it looks like the right side of the door. So this is the right, Bonnie's the left. And Raz, if you think about it, that's the same as how Five Nights at Freddy's 1 took place. Bonnie was on the left door, Chica was on the right door.
Perfect man, my man. That is exactly the same, and it's going back to Five Nights at Freddy's 1 mechanics as well. This is what I loved. I was saying this. I was actually playing Five Nights at Freddy's 1 earlier on today, and I love the doors. I love the doors. So he's going back to the original idea, but changing it up slightly. So he's giving us the doorways, and he's giving us the lights, but in a different fashion. If you have a look at Chica, she is the nightmare version of her. She's got the nightmare cupcake in her hand. She's always had the cupcake in her hand. Again, it's the same. And if you have a look in the closest window to Chica, you can actually see her reflection as well. Which again shows that Scott's not just thinking about the models, he's thinking about the environment.
Yes, details. Oh, another really good point me and Raz were talking about the windows as well, is that you can actually see outside again, and you can see the timer on the top right. 1 AM is going to be pretty dark. We was thinking when it gets close to 5 to 6 AM, you start to see light coming into the house.
That would be interesting. Imagine something was outside the windows.
Oh God!
Because those windows can be used as well. So
if these are nightmares, exactly.
Maybe we'll see something else. But moving on to the next thing. Obviously, we've got the door closed there, but we have got Plushtrap. Plushtrap. As soon as you turn that light on, he jumps back. He springs back into that seat. Now, we've been discussing this. This is obviously the teaser we got at the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the weekend, it was last Thursday.
Yeah.
It feels like the weekend. And this is the room we got. And obviously when we brightened the picture up, we saw these 4 doorways here.
Which are back, yeah.
Again, you've got the window, so you can see the light coming in, but it's different. If you notice up in the top right-hand corner, you've got a number. We've got 49, and we also had 50 a frame before that, instead of the time. This is obviously something different now. Scott is planning something different, whether this is some sort of mini-game, maybe this is a specific night, but everything else in this trailer is set around your bedroom. This is outside the bedroom in some kind of corridor.
Yeah, and as well, if you look at the bottom of the floor, you see an X on the floor. And me and Raz were thinking maybe if Plushtrap gets to that spot, you lose. It's kind of like a child's game. Also with the meter as well, we've had 2 different meanings to this. It's either the power of the flashlight, or it's a timer or something on how long you have to survive, because you don't see the clock 1 a.m. to 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. But I had another thing as well. Again, I'm going to point out the windows again, Raz. Maybe we're not going to get a timer, and we're going to have to rely on the lighting of the windows somehow. So, again, it may be when it turns around 6 a.m. it starts to get light outside, just to show that it's morning and we've beat the night, because you can't see a timer there. Like,
no. Maybe, and obviously the timer's going down as well, so it started at 50 and then goes to 49. So we were thinking, obviously you're a kid here, so I don't know if you guys have played it. You probably have. It's called a game called Grandmother's Footsteps. It's called different things. What's the time, Mr. Wolf? Or it's got different names, but basically when the person, in this case us, when we turn our back, Plushtrap has to come towards us, and obviously we have to survive somehow. I don't know how this is going to work but this looks like a kid's game, because as soon as we looked at Plushtrap here, he went back to where
he moved. Yeah, exactly.
He went back, and the timer went down. So it looks like we've got to go from 1. Basically, we've got to survive to 0 or 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Next up, we have got check the closet. We've got to check the closet here. And as soon as we check the closet, there is a familiar, beautiful face right inside this closet.
Yeah, oh god, terrifying. I think this was the most scariest point for me on the trailer. It looks absolutely terrifying to me.
Yeah, I can imagine. This is obviously him part of the way through the stage. It's going back to Five Nights at Freddy's 1 mechanics again. This is Foxy's Pirate Cove sort of thing. If you don't check on him often enough, because it actually says check the closet.
Yes.
You don't check on him often enough, he's going to burst his way through that. I think this is probably the second last step before he jump scares you. He looks like he's almost out of the closet.
Yeah, and it's probably the same closet what we see in the bedroom. So it looks like you've got points to click at, like you said, Raz. You click on the left door, you look through the corridor. Click on the right door, you look through the right corridor. And then if you click the closet, you probably go close to the closet just to check to see if Foxy's there or something like that.
Definitely. He looks very real, though, for something that's allegedly a nightmare. But kids' imaginations are quite vivid.
Very, very, very.
One thing you will notice, though, is the tongue isn't there.
Yes, the tongue. And Raz had a really good theory on this, is that maybe the tongue pops out during the jump scare.
I think that's right. I think it's going to come out in the jump scare, because he's going to do something different with it. But look at how his mouth's already open.
Oh, it's terrifying. Terrifying.
Ready.
Absolutely terrifying. Right. Next up, again, we get another text, and it says, "Watch your back." Now, this is probably the most interesting thing for me, is that we're at another point in the room again. It looks like me and Raz were saying that it might possibly be a 360 room. If you've ever played the Return to Freddy's, he's done that before, where it's a complete 360 instead of 180-degree turns. Which again would make a really good concept, or it could be again a different night tactic possibly. Do you want to talk about the Freddles?
Yes, definitely. Obviously, we've got the 3 Freddles here, and as soon as you turn around to have a look at them,
yes, they go again.
They move. You got the one on the left, shifts away, presumably
very fast, very fast.
The second one does exactly the same, jumps off the side and under the bed, and the third one. Now, it took us a long time for us to see this, but if you have a look behind the third one, it looks like there is a Freddy plushie behind it.
Yes. So possibly the child's got some more. This could be again another merchandise from the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza again.
Yep, and again, to do with the timeline and stuff, look at the bed covers. They're not modern.
Yeah.
They're not modern.
Very old, yeah. Very old style.
How fast do these guys move, though?
Very fast. It's unrealistic. It's just trying to show that it could be a nightmare again, you know? They go absolutely flying as soon as you look at them.
They're going to jump. I want to see their jump scare. All three of them coming rapid at your back. Oh,
yes.
Shivers, man. Next up, we've got the closet. It's very, very quick there, but you actually see the closet start to shut. Somebody has. That's not you. You can't shut that from a distance, as we saw earlier on. You physically have to go close to the closet to check it.
Yes.
So something has moved that. Whether that is Foxy sneaking a peek, or whether it's something else, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, that might be a hint to show that something's moved inside the closet or something. So we go and check and see what's going on.
Definitely, like Foxy did in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, how he's peeking around the curtain to show one of his stages.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a similar thing.
Yeah, the next point is very, very interesting as well. It basically, this animation where you push the door shows how small you are. Look at where the door handle is when you open the door. You are a very small child, but when we open the door, we get a very terrifying jump scare of the one and only Nightmare Bonnie.
It is absolutely terrifying.
It is indeed.
It is terrifying. That is a good jump scare.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I hope Chica, etc. have different ones. But I really do like this one. And the way he's animated it, that is frightening.
Yeah.
Not only he lunges through the door and you don't expect it. It's not you just don't expect him to flash the light on and then he comes.
Yes.
It's like in Five Nights at Freddy's 1 when you pull the camera down, that's the only time he's come. It's probably going to be the same. He's not going to come until you put that light on.
Yeah, until you open the door and check what's going on, because by the looks of it, it doesn't look like cameras are going to be in this game, Raz, to me.
No,
it looks like we're just going to rely on our own decisions whether to check when to check the corridors.
Which is going to make it even more frightening.
More tense. Back to Five Nights at Freddy's 1, a more tense atmosphere because you don't know what's going to happen.
No, you've got to continually check 3 points, and whatever this Plushtrap point is at some point, you're checking the right door, you're checking the left door, you're checking the closet. It is it's literally a kid's nightmare. You've got zero safety net. Like, if you don't spot them early enough, I don't know how he's going to do like a 20-20-20 mode. That's going to be insane. But if you don't spot them along the end of the corridor early enough, I don't know.
Yeah. It's just oh god.
I don't know. And then we've got the end of the. If you actually have a listen to the scream here.
Yes, the scream.
It trails off like in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Let's see if we can just pop that on again. And Five Nights at Freddy's 1. It's like it's slightly different, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, the long scream though is very similar to the FNAF 1 Death Screech.
Definitely. I like the way it trails off at the end there. It's like pure monster with a tail off of something like a child scream at the end of it.
Yeah.
Makes it so much more haunting.
Yeah.
And obviously at the end here we have got the bells, which are the bells immediately.
They remind me of like it's the same tune as always. When you finish the nights in the Five Nights at Freddy's game, you get dun 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 dun, and it's very similar to that. And I feel like you're just gonna get lots of atmosphere in this game, loads of creepy sounds, loads of chimes and stuff like that. It's gonna be really cool.
Really scary and haunting at the moment, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you actually listen to the bells, I think there's actually 6. No, there's 7.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I think there's actually 7 there.
Yeah, but again, it just shows how creepy the atmosphere is going to be. It's a more realistic one as well, because we've never been inside a house before. Always been in a pizzeria or a replication of the pizzeria, Fazbear Fright. It's going to be a good game, and it's going to be different as well. Scott again has shown that he can change the concept for Five Nights at Freddy's after 4 games.
Yeah, definitely. And we just a couple of honourable mentions. Fredbear wasn't revealed at all.
Yeah, Fredbear wasn't revealed. No.
We didn't see Nightmare Freddy at all.
No Nightmare Freddy.
We saw the plush Freddys or the Freddles, whatever you want to call them, but we didn't see that guy. And if we quickly go back to 19 seconds in, Dawko was quite clever and spotted a sound you might want to listen to.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that, folks. Apologies, thank you, Raz. When you get to about 19 seconds in the trailer, you will hear slight whispers. And have a listen, folks. Basically, what me and Raz thought is that these are the whispers of a child. Now, obviously, it can't be us because, you know, we're not going to just whisper like very scary like that. We think it's like the children's spirits or something like that. Like, this place is haunted, you know?
Yep, it is. It's haunted, and it's I don't know, it's part of a nightmare as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. True, yeah.
Kids whispering is scary.
Yeah.
It is creepy, and obviously it ties in with the story. Maybe it's the nightmare animatronics. Maybe it's the kids inside them whispering. It's the souls of the children. It's whispering. Yeah. But overall, this trailer is baller.
Yeah, we've had a really fun time analysing this trailer, folks. It's been awesome. So if we've missed anything, guys, let us know below in the comments below. If you're from my channel, folks, please subscribe to Razbezki. He's an awesome guy. His link will be in this description below.
Oh, thank you. And if you're over on my channel, then please go and subscribe to Dawko as well. He's a fantastic guy. It will be in the description. And he does much more than just Five Nights at Freddy's. But we both have early access to the game. And you guys should make sure you stick around for that. But yeah, either way, we'll see you soon.
Take care, folks.